back to 0, and we're going to 13, right?
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the final for the NEBC first tournament of the year for the 2016-2017 season. This is Marty Storr sitting on the top playing the black checkers against Eric Sulkala playing the black checkers. I'm sorry, playing the white checkers, sitting on the bottom, and this is going to be a 13-point match. My name's Matt Recklidis. I'm going to be doing commentary. This is a bit of an experiment we're running here. We're trying to bring our club's games to more of the world. We're going to try and stream our events live, the finals of our events at least, and do some commentary. And we're doing this because we love backgammon. If you're watching, you probably love backgammon too. And so let's just enjoy the match. So 3-2 for Eric. He's going to make another point in his board. Marty covers his 5 and slots the next point in a row. 4-2, I believe. I think it's 4-2. 4-2 is a little bit tricky. He can safety his blot on the 10-point by playing 10-6 and then maybe step up, or maybe he steps up all the way. He can also just play 10-4 and get a new builder. It's a little bit, the 5 point's the point he wants to make, but this is still a builder for the 3-point, which would be a valuable point. Marty makes the 4-point in slot, so Marty's got 2 checkers back behind a 5-prime, so he needs his own. He needs a 5-prime of his own. He slotted the bar to try and make it, but Eric's able to roll a 6 and get out, and Eric's like a big favorite now. Oh, but Marty hits back from the bar, so Marty's clinging to his chances of trapping at least one of Eric's checkers behind a 5-prime, and Eric fans from the bar. Marty is not able to make the bar, though, his own bar, so I think he's rolled a 5-4. If it's a 5-4, he's got sort of 2 plays. He can make the 3-point and sort of continue the offense, but he's got 3 checkers back behind a kind of a big blockade. As soon as Eric comes in, he's going to be improving that blockade. 4-5. Another play Marty can make is he can just run into the outfield, and he's a little exposed. He's going to have 5 blots laying around the board if he does that. So there's a little bit of risk. The middle plays just don't look right. He can step up with the 4, and then he has no real good 5. I guess if he wanted to just, and he rolled a 6-5. So he was deciding between running out and making the deuce. It's a similar theme, although with 4-5 it's a little bit more interesting because he's escaping from the rear check. But anyway, that's not what was rolled. Marty again is able to hit from the roof. Comes in and hits from the roof, but Marty's 7-point is the hot spot on the board. Eric hit there. Marty hits back. It's a little bit of a dogfight going on for that 7-point. It's really important for Marty to make that point. 2, and I don't know what the other number is. I can't really see it. So this is sort of the first time we've tried to actually run these broadcasts with commentary, and we're still working out the kinks. The Wi-Fi is not very good. We're going to have to come up with a solution for that. We're going to work with it. We're going to do the best we can. Sometimes we can see what the dice rolls are. Sometimes it's a little bit tough, but we're going to learn. We're going to learn while on the job. So Marty's able to at least make an advanced anchor. That takes some of the steam out of any type of attack Eric might be able to put on. When he was sort of stuck back on that ace point, Eric could, if Eric had been able to make that 5 point, he'd have a really good blockade. But Marty's able to stick his anchor in there and kind of shut down the chance of that blockade growing into a real prime. And now it's Marty who's got the threats. He does have 4 checkers back. I think it's kind of an even game right here. This could go either way right now. Double ones, so double ones is probably going to hit, and then make the point. I guess it would be really dangerous, or really expensive. Not dangerous, but expensive to have another checker sent back here. So I do think that was the correct play, is to hit, put Marty up on the bar, and then just kind of minimize shots. Marty rolls, I think, 5-5. So 5-5 is, he can make the 3-point. He can go into attack mode here. He doesn't have a lot of offense in place to kind of complete this, but he has enough. Things can go. It's there. He can play safely. He can just make the 3-point without hitting. But I think if he's going to make the 3, he might want to hit 6-1 here. He's got 4 checkers back. He can't just play quietly. I mean, things are. He has to make up some ground, and the way he can make up ground is by hitting, and that's what he does. He does hit. And Eric's got some shots here, but he's also facing a 4-point board. 1-6. 1-6 hits and comes out. He can also hit loose on the ace, but that looks a little fishy, so he doesn't consider that for very long. He comes out, he makes the ball point, and he's sort of successfully escaped from Marty's trap. And he can think about a cube here. This is not an easy thing for Marty. I don't think has a take here. So is it too good? I don't think it's too good. If Marty's able to make an outside point here, he'll really have some threats. Still think maybe it is too good. Maybe it is too good. I don't know. So Marty did make an outside point, and Eric's rolling on. I think Eric has a cube here. I think he. Although Marty now having established that second point in the outfield, he's got quite a bit of contact on Eric's 11 point. Eric's going to have to clear that point, and Marty's got quite a bit of contact there. But it's not that hard to clear. He's got a bunch of time. He's got 3 points in front of him. Marty's happy to I think. To not have had to face a cube yet, but Marty does have a 5-point board. He now has a 5-point board, so he can do some damage if he gets a shot. He can do some damage, but he's got to get the shot first. So 5-4 is going to clear. 5-4 is going to clear, and now Marty's hopes are kind of dashed. He has very little contact left in this game. Maybe he'll see a cube here. Yes, he's getting the cube, and this is just going to be a big pass. Marty's going to count the race maybe temporarily until he realizes that it's not even close. He's just going to pass. So 1 point for Eric. (6-1). Marty makes the bar. Double fives makes the 3-point. He's got one more. Really, his only choice is 13-8. He can play 8-3, but he'd be bearing a spare deep. He doesn't want to do that. It's early in the game, and Marty brings 2 checkers down. He's playing more of a pure type. His dice are letting him play a more pure game. 6-3 makes the 4-point. So both players have been making progress on the offensive side of the board. They haven't really done too much with their rear checkers, although Eric at least was split, and now he rolls a number that makes advance anchor. So I think Eric has just taken the lead in this game. Marty decides it's time for him to get off his anchor. He rolls a 1-6. He jumps out to the 18 point and is going to make a bid for his own. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
6-2, Marty gets hit. So the 2, he's going to decide whether he's going to be leaving shots either way. He could have lifted 7-5, or he can come. Oh, it was 6-3. It was 6-3. So he did not have a chance to save that block. Okay, he didn't have a chance to save that block, but Marty stings him a little bit by hitting with a 4-6 from the roof. Eric comes in with a 5-6. He hides his blot on the ace point, and it looks like Marty is winning the race a little bit here. I think. It looks like Marty's winning the race. No, the race. If Marty's winning the race, it can't be by much. The race maybe is kind of even. Maybe I'm miscounting. I'm actually not counting. I don't know.
What does the score say? What does the sign on the door say?
Okay, well,
Please use name influence.
A little bit of a break there. Had to turn off the mic for a bit. There was some noise. We're still working out the logistics of our streaming, so we have some issues. We're going to work on it, but I'm back. The playing room here is really nice. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of tables, but I'm commenting. I can't be in the playing room. I have to go sit somewhere else, and the other areas of the restaurant right now are a little bit busy. So I'm sitting outside. There's a little bit of street noise, and every once in a while, some people walk by and they're having conversations. So I have to turn off the mic, and that's okay. I'm willing to do that. But if you hear me coming in and going out, that's what's going on. I'm pausing the mic. Just because I don't want to interrupt the audio too much. Anyway, back to the match here. It looks like I'm not sure what's happening. I'll just have to wait till the next roll. But while there's a pause, maybe I can. Okay, Eric's completing his roll. He makes the 4 point. He's got kind of a decent forward position here. Marty's escaped. Marty's coming home. So this is a standard type of holding game position. Marty's made his bar point, so he's got an additional landing spot in front of him. So if the race were favorable, he'd be turning the cube, I think. But the race must be even. Marty's even slightly behind. Looks like Marty might be slightly behind this race. Looks very close. I'm not sure. Marty's definitely behind now. Eric has rolled double. Eric rolls boxes. He rolls the QL, I like to call it. Just races around the board, and we get a quick double, and Marty has to pass because was not able to answer the boxes, and it's 2-0 lead now for Eric. 6-4, Marty splits. 4-1, so this is going to hit. I do think it's right to hit here. You come down with the 4, and then you hit. Now, force to play 24-20, which is a fine 4. This goes for the anchor. Comes in with the 3, and Marty's gonna fight for the 5 point. So he unstacks off his 6. He hits loose. 6-5. 3-1, I think. Is it 3-1? So if it's 3-1, I think Eric's going to have to hit. He comes in with the 3. I'm not sure it's 3-1, but if it is 3-1, I think it is 3-1. So he comes in with the 3 and slides 8-7. I think a slightly better play might have been to come in with the ace and hit loose, that unstacks the 6 point. That kind of takes away half of Marty's rolls. It makes it a little bit difficult for Marty to complete his task of making the 5 point. 5 point is the best offensive point you can make in the opening game. So like it would have been, and also when both players have no board development, it's not that risky to get sent back. Each player only has a 1 point board. You get sent back. You just come in right away and continue slashing away. Anyway, Eric's been able to get a 22 point anchor, it's not really an advanced anchor, but it's an anchor, pseudo advanced, I guess. 1-5, I think. If it's 1-5, it's 1-6. So 1-6 is okay. He gets another, unstacks his midpoint a little bit and gets another attacker into play. 2-1? No, it can't be 2-1. Maybe. No idea. Five, 4 runs to the mid. Six one, I think. Yeah, 6-1 makes a 5 prime. So Marty's got a horrible structure here. Eric's got an anchor, but it's not at the edge of the prime. Marty's got a 5 prime. I think Marty's got a cube here. This is not. This is. I think Marty can cube, and this could be a tough take. Eric's really got to have a significant lead in the race to be able to take a cube like this. I think he does have some. Marty is not fully escaped. There is a chance that Marty can get stopped back on the ace point, but that doesn't look like too much of a concern right now. If anything, the contact might favor Marty. He might be able to send another checker back. Eric takes a cube. Marty rolls. He leaps into the outfield, and it was a 4-5, so he gets hit. He gets sent back, but he gets some shots. He gets some return shots from the bar. He doesn't hit one of them. He rolls a 1-6. He brings another builder in. He's going to aim at making that 4 point. The open 4 point is a problem for Marty. Like eventually, he's going to have to bring this position home, and he's going to want to fill in that gap. But it looks like he's got a lot of time to do it. Eric still has enough checkers up front to be able to kind of make a counter prime now. It didn't seem very likely before, but the way events have been unfolding, he's been able to build a 4 prime. His checkers are still in well positioned. They're in play. He's got I don't know what this is. If it's a 6-5, I think he should hit. If it's another type of 5, like say it's double 5s. So double 5s, he could have made the 3 point, but he's choosing. He thinks he's choosing to make the ace instead. He's if he makes the 3 point, then Marty's already at the edge of his prime. By making the ace, he's forcing Marty to have to roll an ace to get up to the edge of his prime. But there's another consideration here is a timing advantage. Eric doesn't really have a lot of checkers to play with. So this 5 prime might break down a little bit quicker, and when it breaks down, he's really going to want to have the 3 point made. So maybe he could have chosen. Maybe it would have been okay to make the 3 point right away, and so that at least when he starts breaking down, which seems like likely to do because Marty's got so much flexibility on his side of the board, that when he breaks down, at least he has he's assured that he'll have the 3 point. But so far, Marty has not been able to make the 4. Eric could wiggle away. Maybe if he rolls a 1-6, I think he'll be happy to wiggle away. That's a 4-1. It's a 4-1. So he plays. He splits with the 1. He's trying to see daylight, and then plays his last spare to the ace. So he's traded his flexibility, like the little flexibility he had. He's traded it. He kind of invested it all in trying to escape that back checker. Marty was able to make the 4-point, and now Marty has a full prime, and the gammons can start. There can be some gammon risk now because Eric's gonna start breaking his forward structure. He's got no spares in his forward structure, and
sorry guys, it's so long.
Two 6, not good. He's going to fan from the bar. Marty's got an attack going. Eric really needs to hit this 3 or anchor. He wants to anchor up and try and he's going to get gammoned a lot of times if and Marty hits a 3rd checker and makes the 5-point board. So Marty's on the G train here. He's definitely racing forward for a G. Eric's going to have to. He still has a chance to make that anchor. He can still maybe come in and. Marty's board's not closed yet. Marty's a favorite to close it, but that hasn't happened yet. So Eric can still fight for that anchor and maybe get off this G here. It's all up to the dice. Sometimes the dice just don't want to cooperate. So double 3s? No. Oh yes, double 3s. Eric has just not been able to get off the bar. It's not. Obviously double 1s would make the anchor right away, but the more likely thing for him to make that anchor would have been to just roll an ace, and then even with double, Marty might have had to hit loose, and then he could have hit again. I mean, realistically, he did not have much chances to be able to make that ace, and even here, Marty's slotting the ace. He's not. He's trying to close him out. Three, 2. Marty clears from the rear, and. Eric's going to have to get a checker in with this roll, or he's going to start facing backgammon risk. Backgammons are kind of a rare animal, but this is how they appear. You get, with 3 checkers back, you usually, you're a big, huge favorite to not get backgammon, but if you get stuck on the bar, and he's definitely getting stuck on the bar here, backgammon's going to happen, and Marty's ripping, Marty's only got 8 checkers left. Eric's got 4 crossovers to save the BG. If he fans, it's going to be close. If Marty rolls a set, it's going to be close. Eric is still, looks like a favorite to save the BG, and now Marty missed. So Eric's a big favorite to save the BG. Only an ace, only sets, and then an ace are gonna allow Marty to win the BG, but. Definitely a little bit nervous when you keep fanning on that board. You still got 3 checkers up, and if your opponent rolls a set there, you could be facing a BG. It's a real deflating thing to give up a BG early in the match. You just get behind so far. I mean, this is a 13-point match, so even if you lose, even if he lost 6 points, there's still a whole lot of match left to play. He could definitely recover from a hit like that, but anyway, Marty wins again. He takes a 4-2 lead. 5-1, I believe. Yes, 5-1. So there's two ways to play it. You can slot or you can split. And they're pretty close. The split is, I believe, slightly better than the rollouts, but it's mostly a matter of style. And more I see players are slotting with the ace. And when you're behind in the match, a lot of times it's correct to even slot with the ace. For money splitting, I think is slightly better, but not enough to sort of play your style. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with playing the type of game that suits your style. Who cares if a bot says it's not correct or if a wallet says it's slightly wrong? I mean, when you're making, if it were a big error, that'd be a big error. That would be another story. But when it's a small error, you can just kind of play in a way that suits your style. So this must be a double 6. So he plays the first two, making the bar point, and for the last two. Well, he has a safe play. He can play 20-8, or he can kind of play with a little bit more risk. He can play to the 10 point, so he gets hit with some 5s, but Marty's got a blot on the inside of his board, and the 5s cause him to lose his anchor. So I think he made a good play there. He wants to kind of make that point if he gets the chance, and kind of put a little bit of a hem in on Marty's rear, on his anchor. It's not so much that Marty's trying to run off that anchor anytime soon, but if Marty's able to build up a board and race, then having that 10 point is pretty good contact to keep to prevent Marty from getting into a race. The race looks kind of even, and now with this hit, I think Eric's going to take the lead in the race. So it's a good development for Eric if he doesn't get hit back, but Marty does not hit back. Marty rolls a 2-6. It's a little bit of a bad number for Marty because he has to expose another blot. And Marty gets hit again, and so Eric's certainly winning the race now, but Marty's got a defense kind of in place. He's got an anchor. Eric still has 2 loose checkers to get to safety, and even after he gets those checkers to safety, he has to clear his midpoint. Having made the bar point will help him clear his midpoint, but first he has to get his checkers to safety, and it's also possible that it's double 2s. I was going to say it's also possible Marty can build a second anchor, but that gets a little bit harder when Eric switches on him with the double 2s. Marty can still do it. Eric's only got a 2-point board, so it's not very hard for Marty to come in and establish a defense. Double 6s again, and this points on Marty's ace, and Eric solved the problem of clearing the midpoint. At least he used it to point on Marty, and Marty's getting a little bit stuck on the roof here, and Eric's gonna maybe be able to clear his position while Marty's up on the roof. So yeah, if he slides up with the ace, he's duping 5s. Only 5s now hit, and Marty mostly needs a 5 to come in, but he rolls a 4-5. Marty is able to come in with the 4 and then hit with the 5. Eric responds with 5 of his own. It may be double 5s. If it's double 5s, it's kind of an awkward number because both of his double 5s hits. If it's double 5s, it hits. Yeah, double 5s hits, and then he can just find another 5, and he probably just wants to play safe here, maybe 6-1 to keep his builders spread apart. Marty comes in with double 3s, which allows him to make a 4th point his board, and the last one's a little bit awkward. He has to give up a shot in the outfield, but that's okay. 5-3. It's going to make a point, and Marty's got some returns from the bar here now. So even though he was forced to play that 3 down last roll, the 3 provides him with some additional numbers to hit. It's a double-edged sword because if he fans, then when Marty's on roll, that blot is an asset. When he's not on roll, it's a liability. So now it's turned into a liability. It's a shot that Eric can pick up. But Marty's made a second anchor in Eric's board, and the timing is fine. Marty's not at risk of cracking his forward position, and so Eric still has 3 points to clear and a straggler. So. He's getting close to a cube. I don't think he has a cube yet. That spare on the 7 point's a little bit awkward. If that spare were on the 6 point, then maybe he can cube. But Yeah, and he's forced to bury the spare, and so now he's completely stripped. I do not think he has a cube now. He's just completely stripped, and if Marty's looks like is going to be a favorite to get a juicy shot, and I don't know what the number is, but there's a whole lot of numbers that Eric can roll here that leave a sort of juicy double shot, and I'm guessing he rolled one of them. He did. He rolled 4-2, and so. Marty's thinking about cubing. He's got 20 numbers that hit. The problem is his board's not closed. Even if his board was closed, this would be a. Well, if he misses the shot because of the strippage, he's likely to get another shot. So maybe he's thinking, even if I miss, I get another shot. And he does lose his market. He does lose his market most of the time when he hits this because even though his board's not closed, like if his board was well, he's rolling. He's rolling on. I think that's okay. It's okay roll. Eric's close to a cube, and so he and now he is cubing. So had Marty doubled, he'd be facing a 4 cube now. So that would be a much tougher decision for Marty because of the match score. He doesn't want to lose 8 points to his opponent, but maybe he can decide. Maybe he can still take this cube.
With that.
Two.
Maybe I'll put my checkers over here.
And we're on roll? Okay, there it goes. Estonian. Now you know what he's gonna do, so you can consider that. He's gonna take. I think I wanna go to the deuce with this baby.
Yeah, well, thin on the 4 point. This was so bad. Okay.
No problem, but you don't have to apologize. It's something. However, it's getting all beavery.
The other ones.
Ice road, basket of the floors.
I'm gonna return to my broadcast.
Will you come or fill us in?
I was born in Red.
One thing I'm certainly.
I'm extremely
I'm not insane.
Okay, so after quite a bit of a break there, dealing with some technical difficulties with our setup, Wi-Fi went out, so I had to go and fix that. But we are back. I don't think we missed any of the match. When the Wi-Fi cut out, Marty was contemplating a cube with which he passed, and so the players then took a break, and we were able to get the stream up, but I wasn't able to comment yet. So I'm back for commentary, and there's still a lot of match stuff. We haven't missed too much. Marty's up 5-3. So let's see what's going on in this position here. It looks like Marty has made a 4-point board. He's got an advanced anchor, but Eric has been able to get an anchor on Marty's bar point, and he's got 4 checkers on Marty's bar point. So it looks like there's been some action going on here. Marty must have been trying to attack him, and Eric finally reached some safety, and now is trying to recover from what looks like kind of a blitzy type position, but I don't know what actually happened. So we'll just pick it up from here. It looks like 3-1 for Marty. He has a safe play. He can play the ace to the mid, and then it's a 4-1. No, yeah, it's a 4-1. It's a 3. I don't know what it is. Okay, sorry. And this looks like a 2-1. If this is a 2-1, so a 2-1 could hit, but look at Eric's board. It's a little bit scary there. He's got 2 blots in his board. Marty's already got a 4-point board built up with the sort of spare ready to. You can hear me? You guys can hear me?
No,
I'm sorry.
I can hear you on YouTube.
there's 2 of them.
I got that on low.
Is that 3?
We just threw it.
I turned it down.
Mine's on the bar.
I was trying to tell you, I heard you say it was 2-1, and I was like, no, it's 2-2.
Oh, I think you're saying cut the.
No, sorry. I heard you say it was 2-1, I'm like, yep, that's a 2-2.
I can't see the dice. Huh? You can come out if you want.
Oh man, what fun we're having here! Well, so no one's watching. It doesn't matter. So we can just kind of fool around a little. This is all experimental. Yeah, I'm gonna put these videos up on the website, and maybe at some point someone will see what's going on. But I was a little worried that someone was able to hear the commentary. Really, the players are playing in the room, and I don't want them to hear my commentary. But I shared the link with the live video with a friend, and he was playing it in the room, so like they were able to hear what I was saying. But I guess that problem's been rectified now, and it's kind of fun. We're just having a good time here. So there is a cube. Just been a development. There's a cube. I'm not sure who's cubing, but I guess since Marty is cubing, Marty's got a shot. He's got a 6 shot at one of Eric's checker, and he's up in the race. And Eric takes the cube. Eric does have a lot of contact, but he is very stripped, so it's going to be hard for him to keep all those points. So when he gets hit, one of his numbers is going to come in. His other number is going to have to do something productive. And a lot of his numbers that come in are going to end up leaving another shot, and it's going to be an expensive shot because Marty's still covering the whole board, and he's got the strong board, and Eric really needs to be able to hit something, I think, when he comes in 2-4. So here we go. He comes in with the 2, and now he has to find a 4. He doesn't really have a good 4. His best 4 is probably going to be 8-4. He's going to at least dupe some of the hitting 3s. Marty has 2s and 3s shooting back at Eric in his inner board, and he'll have a 3 on the outside. If Eric can survive the shot, Marty's also got some 8s and 11s that hit too. If Eric can survive the shot, then maybe he can put his board together, and Marty's not home yet, and then the next shot Eric hits, he'll have his board ready. But for right now, he's just got to kind of duck and cover and hope that he can survive this roll. And it looks like it's a 6-4. So 6-4 does not hit anything. He is going to survive this roll. It looks like Marty's trying to figure out how to play it. Eric has a lot of coverage in the outfield. There's points. Points cover a lot of give him a lot of coverage. So if Marty tries to escape, it's 6-4. So Marty's gonna just anchor up. It's not really an anchor. He's just gonna make his 10-point, and so he still has to clear that point. But maybe he can attack Eric next time if Eric's dice don't cooperate. Eric was a 6-2, so he can't fully disengage from Marty. I think he'd really like to get out of that board and avoid getting attacked. But right now, flexibility is his big problem. He can improve his flexibility by breaking his midpoint. He can bring 2 checkers off the midpoint to kind of aim at building the 4s and 5-point of his inner board, which is something he'd like to do, and that buys him a lot of flexibility. But it does leave behind the straggler. There was no real safe place for that straggler to go anyway. So I think he made the right idea. He keeps the 18 and 16 points back for coverage, but and then gains some flexibility by giving up his mid, and so Marty's got a 4-point board and he's got 2 builders attack, but he doesn't have a lot of numbers that make the point cleanly. In order to sort of to improve his board, Marty's going to have to hit loose and then fill in next time, but. Maybe Eric can hit the shot. If he hits a shot, it'll be maybe his board holds up. So we'll see what happens. Marty's trying to figure out Marty. I'm not even sure what Marty's roll is. It must be 2-1. I think it's 2-1. So or 3-1. It must be 3-1. Marty hit with the 3, and now he's considering whether to slide an ace or slide to the ace point or slide his builder closer. He decides to slide his builder closer, and now 5-2. So 5-2, he can make the 8-point, which if he gets hit on the deuce, at least he'll have a broken 5 prime in front of his deuce point. But he's gonna be leaving an extra blot, and so maybe he may decide to just play 8-6 and pick up that extra blot. It still gets a lot of coverage for making the deuce. If he's not hit, he's not hit, and now he has 1s and 4s. He rolls a 4-1, so the 1 covers, the 4 comes in. Eric still has some fly shots here, but his board's not really ready for him. Is this another 5-2? It's just it is another 5-2. So Marty's leaving a 1-6 and a 1-4, but in return for that, he's cleaning up. He's making it a lot easier to come home if he survives a shot. And he's coming home. It's not like he had to really worry about the shot. As we said, Eric's board's not in place. Marty clears the 8, and this could end up being a gammon if Marty's able to make that if he was able to close Eric out. Eric's got a lot of crossovers to have to save the gammon here. So and Marty may even decide to attack. He just makes the ace. So Marty closes him out. He's even on top. He's got no bad numbers. Marty's cruising on for the gammon here. All he has to, it looks like he's a big favorite to make it. Like he may not even have to take any chances. He just have to make the safest plays to. Just as if it was DMP. I think he just needs to come home. Eric needs 16 or 17 crossovers to save the gammon. Marty's already got 4 checkers off, so Marty only needs 11 checkers to get off, and now Eric's in. And it's going to be really tough. I don't think this is nearly gin. I think Eric's going to need multiple sets, big sets, and he just resigns. No problem resigning there. You don't need to spend energy bringing home a game where you're almost certainly being gammoned. It may have already been gin for all I know. I mean, if he's saving the gammon there, it's such a small amount of time. It's not, you can just move on to the next game, and there's no problem with that at all. So a gammon for Marty. He gets 4 more points. He's now leading 9-3 to 13. So Marty's opened up a big lead now in the match. Eric's got to fight back. It is 4-way. He doesn't need to panic. If Eric gets some threats, he definitely wants to turn the cube to 2. But when he's doubled, if he's, he doesn't have to take every cube that he's given. He can pass and just go down 3-away, 10-away. I mean, it's not a very good score for him, but he still has some fighting chance left. He doesn't have to take everything. So there are some positions where Marty will activate the cube here. If he wins 4 points, he's going to go out perfectly. So there are some positions. Winning 4 points isn't usually with a gammon, though. Like if Marty's, if Marty throws a 2 cube, it's not because he's trying to activate his gammons. The cube can come back on 4, and then Marty's gammons are killed. So the way Marty wins 4 points in this game is by accepting a recube to 4, or by winning a gammon when Eric offers an early cube. So anyway, Marty has built up his offense, and he's now anchored up. Eric's got kind of awkward set of spares on his 6-point. All of his checkers are stacked up on his 6-point. They're looking for somewhere to go. They need to be developed. The best place for him to go is to the 5-point. So if he rolls an ace, maybe he'll try slotting that point. He only has 1 checker back, so if he can get into a race, then those checkers on a 6-point actually don't become that awkward at all. They're pretty flexible for him for bringing home a race. So he gets out with the 6, but he's not able to get home all the way, and Marty hits him back, and he's got a 7 shot from the roof. He fans, and now Marty's thinking about doubling. So this is a little bit what we were talking about before. Eric doesn't need to panic. He's really getting beat up in this game here, because Marty's got so many checkers in the zone, and Marty's got an advanced anchor to fall back on if things go bad, and he's really poised to close him out here in the match. So this may be. I don't think this is a take. Marty knows that the cube's coming back at 4 on any excuse, so he's aware that he may have to play this game for 4 points, and there is still contact. So there are some gammon wins for Eric if there is still contact. So maybe Marty tries to escape from his 21-point, and Eric rolls a joker like double 2, and then now all of a sudden there's some gammons, and it's not a lot of gammons, but the gammon price is really high. If Eric can win 8 points there, so that contributes a little bit to taking that cube. But I do agree that I do think that was a pass. Marty just had too much offense in place. It was just 3-away, 10-away. I think Eric still has maybe 10 or 12%. I'm gonna say 12% match winning chances from here. 10 or 12 around there. So you don't want to throw away. You don't want to make an error of 10%. He still has some chances here, but now at 3-away, Marty is just rarely going to cube. The cube is not valuable to Marty at all. Only when there's no contact left, or when he has a clear pass, is Marty going to turn the cube. The cube will be coming back at 4 much quicker now, and the gammons are much more costly to Marty because he's so much closer to winning. In the previous game where he's 4-away, he still has to win the game. He still has to accumulate points. But here he's 1 point closer. It's making up. I should talk about the game a little bit more. So Marty's got a 4 prime, but Eric's built up his board. Eric's board's a little bit stronger. Eric did have a checker sim back, so Eric has 3 checkers behind Marty's 4 prime, and Marty's trying to build up his prime, extend his prime, but he's not able to. Oh, sorry, Eric rolled a 5-1, and that's a great point for Eric. And Marty plays safe, but this is the type of position where Eric can turn the cube. He's got a bigger board. He's got a shot. He's got he's got market losers. If he hits this checker and Marty fans, Marty's not going to take the cube. And it's really important. You do not want to lose your market at the score. It's really important to win 4 points on games like this. When you have to do something to get back in the game. I think that might have been an opportunity. But I'm not really sure. So he's getting the cube now. This looks like a pass. I think Marty does pass the cube. So maybe he missed the cube. I'm not sure. A lot of times you put this in the bot. When the score gets lopsided like this, one thing to be aware of if you're studying at home with the bot is that the bot normalizes the score. Even if a cube like that is wrong, the bot might say you made like a really big error. But if you're looking, you might say it's like a 200 error. Or you made a 200 error in this position. That's a bad cube. But there's this early late cost type thing where you don't really want to lose your market, and match winning chances wise, even when you make a bad cube there, you're not giving up a lot. You're not giving up a lot in match winning chances to make a bad cube there. So if you're playing for PR, maybe you want to be a little bit more careful about those cubes. But when the scores are lopsided, if you're playing to win the match, and we're not bots, we can't crunch the numbers. We're humans, and we have to kind of like take some chances sometimes. We don't want to lose our market. Especially at that score. So anyway, Eric did get the point. He did win that game. So he gets at least 1 point back. Marty still has a commanding 10-4 lead. So it's 3 away, 9 away, and I think.
You literally dead ass looked me in my face.
Again, Eric's going to be looking to activate the cube at the score. He wants to. He does not want to lose his market. But once he does activate the cube, his gammon value on a 2 cube, I actually happened to look this up recently, is about is a little over 0.6, and for money it's 0.5. So at this score, once the cube's on 2, Eric's not going to go all out for a gammon. He'll go all if it's a type of play where he's isn't sure what for money if he would play for the gammon or not. If it's close, if it's that close, then at this match score, then he should probably choose the gammonish play. It's going to tip the scale, but for the most part, I'm speaking once the cube's at 2. The cube's not yet at 2 yet. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but a lot of times the cube needs to get to 2. Eric wants to get the cube to 2 at the score because there's not too much Marty can do with the cube. As soon as he's winning, he might want to get the cube up to 2. Marty can't really turn the cube to 4 if Eric loses a gammon. Okay, it's not the most efficient thing for Marty. Marty's not going to be playing to win a gammon because there's a point of overage, so Marty's not going to be playing to win a gammon. So for the most part, there's not too much Marty can do with the cube. And when Eric has a lead, he wants to start thinking about turning the cube. Anyway, Eric has advanced his rear checkers into the outfield. They're not home yet, but he has 2 points out there. He's made a second point on his board. It's a very deep point, but it is a second point on his board. And it looks like he has a small race lead. Well, maybe he's got a nice race lead actually. Let's see. Well, the race is close. It looks like maybe 5 or 6 pips. It does look like Eric's up maybe 5 or 6 pips and on roll. That's not really enough to cube yet, I don't think. Although maybe now he's got he's threatening to make a fourth point in his board. So even though it's only a small race lead, I don't know what the actual race is. You should count the race actually. If the race was like say 7 pips, that's I think enough to turn the cube into score. 7 pips might not be enough in a straight race, but Marty's not yet in a race. The contact is heavily in favor of Eric in this position, and in order to get into a race, Marty has to sort of break contact, and that's not easy. And even when he does break contact, he's in an even race. So that may have been a cube, but I'm not sure. I may be advocating for aggressive cubes at the score. I think that's how you get back in the match, is to make aggressive cubes at the score. But that's just my style. I'm not really certain. I can only comment on what is the roll here? It's a 5-something. It's a 5-something. If it's a 1, it is a 1. So Eric's playing safe. He doesn't want to risk his small race lead with the, there was another play. He could have went all out, but the cubes. Yeah, this is not real sure about what he should be doing. A lot of it depends on the race, and the race is close, so he doesn't want to get hit, but he doesn't want to let Marty escape either. So Eric was up a pip before that roll, so the race is close. So 1-3. 2. Was it 2-4? Anyway, Eric breaks his point and brings 2 checkers in. He still has a little bit of a problem on the outside. He's got his checkers are very stripped. They're going to be very hard to bring those home. Marty also has a stripped outside, but he has some flexibility with his straggler. Straggler's getting hit here. 6-2 hits, and Marty has a shot, but he doesn't hit it. So from the roof, he needed a 5 to hit. He comes in with a 3, but with the 4 he's able to make a 5th point in his board, and he's got a scary board now. Any shot that Eric's going to be very hesitant to leave shots against that board. The 6-2 kind of worked for Eric. He was able to hit Marty. He didn't get hit back, and that he was able to sort of clear his midpoint partially. Here he has a 4-3, and he's playing safe. He's leaving only a 7 shot, 6 numbers. All 7s hit. Both players are out of time in the outfield, so it's really a case of who blinks first. Eric kind of already blinked first. He was forced to sort of hit Marty off this mid. He got away with it, and now he ended up here. I think he has a 6-2. Okay, so he keeps it safe. Marty steps up. He's hoping that he's hoping to catch a straggler here. He's hoping that Eric has to break his 16 point and that he can catch it from the 20. And that blot on the 20 point is really under very little pressure. It's only double ones that are going to hit it. I guess 4-1 would hit also, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how 4-1 will be played. Maybe he hit with 4-1, but that's not bad for Marty. He getting sent to the roof with some shots from the roof is not that bad of a problem for him. And so Eric's going to be forced to break here with the 6. The other number's a 3, so he has to figure out what his 3 is going to be, and I think he should play closer. It's a double shot either way. I think he should play 10-7 because Marty has to roll next, and if Marty rolls a 6, like he's going to have his own trouble. So now here, if Marty rolls a 6, he can kind of just break the midpoint and keep his contact back from the checker he has back on the 20. Whereas the other way, if he rolled a 6, he would be kind of forced to give something up. He'd have to come out with the back checker into range of where Eric's checker was, or he would have to break the midpoint, and so maybe, but I'm not sure. Eric's it looks like winning this race, so Eric's play gets him closer to home. And so, when if you're trying to play a race game, then getting home is more important. So I'm not really sure. It looked like there were some tactical reasons to maybe play 10-7. Marty's counting the race because Marty's got shots here. With contact, though, as I was saying before, I just score 3-way, 9-way with contact. It's a little bit risky to offer the cube because the cube can come back right away at 4, and if with the contact, they're even if there's only like 5% gammons or something, like that's a lot. That's a lot of gammons at the score to suffer to let your opponent back into the game. If Eric wins 12 points, he'll be 1-away, 3-way. So I don't think Marty should double this position, even though he's getting a lot of shots. I would be scared. Marty's a much better player than me. If he doubles this, I would trust his opinion over mine, of course. But from the way I'm looking at this, I don't think this is a cube. I would not. I'm curious. I'm going to try and count the race. Marty's probably going to think about this for a while. So. So 84 for Marty, I think. And 51 for Eric. So Eric's way up in this race. He's very crushed, so he's a lot of wastage in his position, but he's just up a lot. So even after getting hit, Marty's got a 5-point board, but even after getting hit, Eric has life. He can just come in with any 6, and he's still alive. And even if he fans, he's mostly alive because Marty only has 5s to hit. What did he roll? 6-5. 6-5. He hits twice. Marty hits back. I don't know that he could have come out with the 5, I think, right? Oh, it was a double 6. It must have been double. No, it was 6-5. Alright, man, it's a little frustrating not seeing the dice clearly. Definitely impacts my ability to offer commentary, and now Marty's thinking about doubling it, and he is turning the cube. I would take this cube. I would be a little. I'm not sure it's even a double. I would take this cube at the score, but maybe he knows. Maybe he has a read. Maybe he thinks that Eric's going to pass. A lot of times you get a feel for your opponent, and you just have a feeling that they're going to pass the cube. Marty spent a lot of time before thinking about whether he wanted to double, and he decided that he didn't want to double at that point, and he's sort of improved from there. So maybe that's enough to kind of tip the scale. A lot of times your opponent sees you thinking like, oh, am I going to cube this position, and you're not quite there, and then you improve, and now maybe they think that you might have lost their market. it is possible that was a pass. I'm not saying I know for sure that was a take, but I would have taken that cube. I think there was enough contact left, and there's just enough winning chances left. And even if both of Eric's checkers end up on the bar, he's got a significant racing lead. He can maybe still survive that bad scenario. But he passed, and it's now 2 away, 9 away. Maybe we'll have a comeback. So even more so than last game, this is a score where you want to activate the cube when you have threats, and the cube's just, at 2 away, the cube just becomes dead. The cube is just immediately dead. So Marty's almost never going to be doubling because the cube it's an automatic recube to 4, and any cubes that Eric offers just stop right there. They're just dead at 2. Marty cannot use the cube. Marty's blitzing. If Marty can win an undouble gammon, he'll win the match. And good answer. Eric really needs to fight. He's got to make one of those anchors, and that was a good roll to maybe do it. He gets 2 checkers in. Marty comes in and continues the attack, but Eric can roll 4 or 5. He can stay alive here, and he did. He rolled a 5, and this blitz looks like it's going to get busted. Eric still needs to get off the bar. There's a chance Marty can resuscitate his blitz here, but it looks like it's getting busted. He's got double ones. He's switching. He's switching off the 6 point. He's not sure he can hit. This looks like the play that makes it most difficult for Eric to anchor up, and I'm always a little careful not to give up the 6. Giving up the 6 point can be very bad. We start with that point, so a lot of times we lose track of how much it's worth. We never have to really make it. We start with it, but we're trying to make the 5 point most of the game. That's the most valuable point on the board. Well, that's only because we start with the 6. If the 5 is the next valuable point, I really think the 6 is it's a very, very powerful point to have when you're as far as offense goes. And so Marty started to switch off the 6 point, but he thought better of it. And I like his play. I don't know what the right play is. A lot of time it is right to give the 6 point. Just the tactical advantages are there. But there were other gains Marty made. He was able to put 3 of Eric's checkers up on the roof, and Eric fanned, and Eric's done very well after that sequence to get an anchor here. He's back. He's definitely back in this game. He's got an anchor on Marty's 23 point, and Marty's left with 4 checkers behind a good structure. Eric has no checkers out of play, and now he hits one of Marty's blots, and this is the type of position I would cube. I think Eric's approaching a cube. Marty's got 4 checkers back. Marty hits, so that'll scare away the cube, I think. But Eric was really close to if he'd gotten on roll without being on the bar, I think he would have a cube, and he came in off the roof, and again, Marty's going to have to roll well to stave off that cube. He's doing it. He keeps hitting, and double ones. Eric fans. This is a 3-2, I believe. That means his outer checker is blocked. So there's a bunch of shots are adding up. 2-6 doesn't hit though. This is a miss. So what do you do with the 6? Probably come out. I think you come out. Get some pressure out there. You don't want to break a point. And Marty has rolled double 3s. So double 3s does not hit. It kind of clears his midpoint a little bit. Maybe he'll make the bar. He's looking at making the bar. The other play is to safety a bit. So this is a position I think Eric's close to a double here. He's in a money game, this does not look like a cube, but this is not a money score. There are some gammons to be won here, and turning the cube to 2, you definitely want to activate those. You want to activate winning 4 points. So getting 4 points here is a big deal at this score. 5-1, I think, is going to make the 9 point. If that's a 5-1, 1. So the one apart we got right. The other number looks like a 5. Maybe it's a 6. If it's a 6, then he has a choice of putting a spare on either the 8 or the 5. and I would put the spare on the 8. Yes, he's putting the spare on the 8. The benefit of this is, the spare on the 8 works for both making the 4-point and the bar point, and those are both valuable points. So the spare is, I think, better placed on the 8 than on the 5. 6-4 maybe? No, 6-6. 6-6. So he's gonna. This hits and makes the bar, and now he may have lost his market. Marty's not going to be inclined to want to take this cube, even if he hits back. And here comes the cube, and I think Marty's just going to pass. This looks like just a stone cold drop at the score. There are gammons. Marty's got 4 checkers back, and he thinks about it for a while. But I don't think Marty was ever really gonna seriously consider taking that cube. So 1 point for Eric. He's hanging in there. He's trying to come back. He's down 2-away, 8-away. 2-away, 8-away for Eric. This is about 12 or 13% winning chances on the match equity table, I think. When your opponent is 2-away and it's a lopsided score, you're really looking to turn the cube with just about any threat. As soon as you're winning the game, you turn the cube, and that's how you get back in the match. Like if you lose this game when you're so far behind, just losing a single game is just really bad anyway. You have to sort of bank on the fact that you're going to bank on the possibility that you're going to win this game. You have to hope that you win this game, and if you're going to win this game, you want to do it. You want the cube turn. So there are cases where your opponent just builds up a huge advantage in the game right away, and it's just like then you eat the cube. But when you're being competitive, when you have a lead and you have threats, you want to turn the cube. So Marty is able to make the 18-point anchor. He rolled a 6-5. It's a good roll for Marty because Eric was building up an offense, and having an anchor definitely cuts down on the gammon threat.
Is that the Dungeons and Dragons? No, that's.
Missed a roll here. Oh, it's double fours. Double fours. So double fours, and Eric's almost escaped. I think he wants to turn the cube here, even though Marty's camped out on his 7-point. He has some market losers here. I think he can roll a big set. Maybe Marty would still take after a big set. When the gammons are low, Marty doesn't have to be too afraid of the cube. When he can just kind of take, and if he's not getting gammoned. Usually, when gammons aren't in play, at a lopsided score, you have about a money size type take. So if you're winning 20 to 25% of the time, your take point's usually in that range at a lopsided score. I don't know exactly what the take point is at the score for a 2 cube for Marty. But when there aren't gammons, he's just prone to take, and this is not too gammonish a position. There are still gammons here, though. Marty can't just count this as a gammon-free position. There are still gammons, and I think if I were Eric, I would be activating the cube here. I would be turning the cube, especially now he's got 3 builders aiming at Marty's ace point. If Marty's not able to get that guy to safety, and he's not, but Eric's continuing. He's taking a conservative approach here. That's okay, I guess. He does make a point on Marty's head, and if Marty fans, it's going to be a pass. He does not fan. He comes in, but still, this would be a challenging cube. Marty, I'm sure, is happy not to be getting cubed here. We'd like to see the comeback. So, if I'm, part of my hope that Eric turns the cube here, I'm kind of almost begging him to turn the cube here, because I want to see the comeback. I think it would be really cool to have a close finish for the first match for the first final of the year. So Eric rolls a 5-1, he hits, and Marty's got a shot here, a 2-shot. His board's in. He rolled a 3-4. So Marty gets to safety, and now the gammon risk has gone way down. Marty can can breathe a little bit. And for money, this looks like for money, I would double this and I would take it. So I still think this is a double, and it's a take. But what has Marty rolled? I can't tell. It looks like maybe double ones. No, double ones would make the 2 point. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric's on roll. Eric rolled double ones. Okay, so he was thinking, I guess, of maybe clearing 13 to 12. If he was ahead of the race, that could have been right, because now, it might not seem like that big a deal, but it is much easier to clear the position from the 12 point than the 13 point, because from the 12 point he would have 2 landing spots in front of him, because 6s are now safe, and from the midpoint he only has 1 landing spot in front of him, and also when he rolls a 6, so see here, when he rolls a 6 from this position, he's forced to play the whole roll into his board, and from the 12 point, if he rolls a 6, he can play the 6 in and then play the other checker, so that minimizes the shots. When he has to play all the rolls in, he's going to leave 17 shots. He's going to leave a direct 6. That's 17 shots. Where the other way, he's going to be leaving, 11, 12, or maybe 13 shots. So there's a minimization. When you do end up leaving the shot, the shots are minimized. Anyway, he was forced to leave a 6 shot, and Marty hit it, and Marty's board was closed, and now Marty's able to get his checkers around, and he's off racing for the gammon. Eric's a big favorite to save it. He's only got 1 guy up on the roof, but again, if he gets stuck there, if he fans like two or three more times, he's going to get gammon. He comes in. I think he's going to save the gammon easily, and Marty's not even going to give him the chance. He's just going to double. He doesn't want to let Eric roll a set and get back into the race, so he just keeps him out right away, and we've reached a Crawford game. It's 1 away, 8 away. 1 away, 8 away.
I did come out.
So this is the Crawford game. The cube will not return this game. The score is 1 away, 8 away. So Eric could use 2 points if he can win it. A gammon does help him, but again, I think his gammon, the amount of wins he's willing to give up for gammon is maybe slightly higher for money. I don't think it's much higher than for money. This is not a gammon go type score. So gammon will help him, but he definitely wants to balance the. He wants to pay attention to how many wins he's giving up in going for extra gammons. 5-4. So this is essentially DMP for Eric. So he's just going to make the plays that win the most. I'm sorry, for Marty. Marty's just going to make the play. Whatever. It's not a DMP score. This is more of a. This is a 5-1. So 5-1, he wants to come in with the 5 and hit. He wants to hit with the ace. He does. Marty hits back. But there's still a lot of returns. Eric's got a lot of return hits from the bar. 2-6 is going to hit back. Or 3-6. 3-6 also hits. Marty anchors up. 5-1. Eric's probably going to anchor up himself. So both players have 4 checkers back. Eric's at least developed a point on his offensive side of the board. Marty's rolled double 6. He's going to take a lead in the race, but it's a very long race still. There's still a lot of contact. 6-3 or 5-3, I'm not sure. If it's 6-3, maybe run to the midpoint. Another play would be to slot the 4 with 6-3 and just kind of keep pressure on. It's hard for Marty to come home with to clear all his points and maybe keep pressure on, and he would have generated a shot for himself there, actually, if he'd stayed back. But I don't know. The running to mid seemed okay also. Marty is ahead in the race, I believe. Marty's up, but the race is actually close. It's starting to look like maybe less than 10 pips. So this cannot be counted as a race just yet. There's too much contact. Eric's slotting his next point in the board, the 4 point. If he can make that point, he'd have a pretty good offense. If he were able to hit one of Marty's shots, he's got a lot of flexibility on the outside. Not a lot of points. But he has a lot of spares. So this covers the 4, and Marty's very stripped. Marty can roll something awkward here. He's going to be looking to break a point cleanly in the outfield if he can. Doesn't look like he's...
What are you doing, crochet? Getting into the crochet?
Dude, the claim for money, it's serious.
6-4 for Eric. He can come around. He can come around to the 8 point here. That is a point he would like to make. Marty's not really in a position to hit him. If it's a 6-4, I don't know what the number is. It looks like a 6-4. Marty's got 3 innerboard blots. Now a lot of the numbers that hit might cover one of those points, so he would only leave behind, say, a single number from the roof for Eric to hit from. But in order to hit and cover inside, he's going to be leaving a bunch of shots on the outside also. So the shots could add up. It's double 4. It's double 4. Okay, so double 4. And now the race looks really tight. The race looks really tight. There's kind of a battle going on for outfield coverage. There's like a whole lot of contact going on. 2-6 hits and comes in, and Marty's going to get a 2 shot from the bar. But if he doesn't hit it, Eric's going to be pretty good shape to cover. And from here, he can even carry out attack. Marty's still got two blots inside of his board. So that kind of limits the downside to Eric on an attack. It looks like 5-2. And Eric's going to have to leave shots anyway. He may as well just hit loose. He may as well hit loose on the ace and find a 2. He does. So Marty's got 20 numbers that hit, but not all of them are winners because of the state of his board. And at 5-3, Eric can't really cover a blot. He can break a 6 point to cover the ace, but it doesn't look like the right idea to me. Better looks like maybe 13-8 with the 5, and then I don't know about the 3. He can come down with the 3, or he can come in with the 3. Double 2's going to hit and cover. That's a great roll for Marty. Obviously, it's a jokery roll. And Eric's now going to face a 5-point board. That's just some bad luck there for Eric. He took the chance he needed to. He hit loose. He hit Marty loose on the ace point. He just wasn't able to cover one of those points. It's just too bad. The game's not over yet. Marty's still got a lot of checkers to bring around the board. And even though he's got a 5-point board, Eric's got no other... I'm sorry. Eric does have another blot on the 10-point. Okay, so Eric is at risk of having a second checker up on the roof. If I didn't see that checker there first. If that checker wasn't there, then Marty would have problems. But a lot of his problems go away when he's able to put a second checker up on the roof. So So Eric's going to have Eric's going to need to come in quickly and safety that checker. And Marty's trying to disengage. He's a little bit worried. So again, this is a case where we were saying like the gambling value is a little bit higher than for money. If you're not sure what you would do for money, Eric should choose the gambling play. Well, the same applies for Marty. If he's not sure what he would do for money, he should choose the safer play. And so it looks like these are close. I might, he's leaving 2 blots anyway. I guess I guess it's just a matter of duplication. Does he want to, So if he plays the 2 off the 18 point, he's kind of duping some of the 6s that he needs to get out into the outfield. He needs to still escape that his straggler that's all the way back on the 23 point. So some of those 6s are duped. Whereas if he plays the 2 down, he's picking up 1s and 3s, which aren't very good, I think, for the rear checker. So I would have played 13 to 11 here, because and it's also some coverage for the for closing out the 5 point. But Marty was careful. He went through the numbers, I think, and decided that this was a better play. So 2-1's going to hit. Eric has a nice choker double 5, though. He does have a number here that hits back. Nope, too bad. 5-2. So Marty can avoid the joker double 5 by playing by playing 2 checkers to the 8 point, but really his priority is to get out from behind that block. And that's the first priority, and now he's done that. He came out with the 5, and now he does not. There's no reason he needs to leave the double 5s now. I mean, he'll do it if you get something for it, but when he's not getting anything for it, he's not going to do it. And so he slides the ace forward, so now double 5s does not hit. Eric can't come in. 5-3. Marty gets another checker home. He does need to disengage. He might want to disengage while Eric's on the roof. 1-6 can close the board. 1-6 can close the board. Oh, it must have been 2-6. Sorry. Okay, it was 2-6. Marty was forced to leave with double 5, and now he closes the board. And it looks like Marty's going to, unless something goes wrong here, Marty's gonna win this match, and Marty's going to take the lead in the points race. So I didn't talk about the points race. So the way the points works is Marty's going to win 50 bonus points in addition to the points he's already earned getting to the finals for winning this match, and then Eric's going to get 25 points in addition to the points he wins. And the way you earn points is if you win a 9-point match, you win 9 points. If you win an 11-point match, you win 11 points. So to get to the finals, each player won, I think, 3 9-point matches and an 11-point match, and then Marty's going to get he's going to win a 13-point match here, and then Marty's left a shot. It's not over. It's not over. Marty left a shot, but Eric was not able to hit it. Too bad. Oh, it would have been a little bit fun. It's the containment positions are always fun, but Eric wasn't able to hit a shot. Maybe he'll get another one. But until there's another shot, I'll just finish my thoughts. So what happens is at the end of the year, the top 7-point earners they qualify for the playoffs to determine who's going to win the club championship, and he did it. Well, he left another shot. Maybe we'll get some action here. Oh, he missed, and the match is over. And congratulations to Marty. Congratulations also to you, Eric. You made the final. You had a tough opponent there. Sorry it didn't work out. I enjoyed the match, and congratulations to both. And we'll hope to be back in a month. Maybe we can fix some of our technical problems with the stream. It's a work in progress, but we're gonna try to do it. So maybe see everybody next month. Goodbye.